Jai Bharat everyone. Welcome to the new and digital version of Advait, known as Advait Achievers, and myself, Dhara Trivedi, and I am here to fetch your pails of knowledge in the subject of biology. Children, our topic for today is from the unit of genetics and evolution. As you can see on the board, the topic we are going to start today is evolution. Now, when we talk about evolution, the first thing that comes to our mind is what does this term mean? Evolve माने बेहतर होना या changes आना जो कि pretty slow होते हैं, gradual changes आके, and those changes are usually for a better adaptation, right? So when we talk in general terms, we say he or she has evolved as an actor. What does this mean? इसका मतलब कि उसमें जो उनकी एक्टिंग की एबिलिटी है वो धीरे 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 बढ़ी है. So same way when we put this term in terms of evolution of organisms, right, it does mean that there is a difference, there is a change in their structure which is helping them, right, to better adapt to their surroundings. So if we try to define the term evolution, it means evolution is a process of continuous changes, right, that involves increasing adaptability, complexity, and functional efficiency in various species, right? So what does this evolutionary biology study? उसको क्या बोलते हैं, right? So it is, evolutionary biology is a branch, right, which deals with the study of the history of life forms on the earth. कि कैसे पहला life form earth पे आया होगा, right? So the term evolution, right, was coined by Herbert Spencer. See children, you need to remember the name of the scientist because many times it has been asked in the MCQs. So this portion is important, remember that. Okay, so the term evolution was given by or coined by Herbert Spencer, and Charles Darwin called it to be organic evolution. So it was Charles Darwin who called this evolution of life forms as organic evolution. Now, if we want to understand this organic evolution, or you can say evolution of life forms, right? For that, we need to go back to the history, right? History in the sense हमें समझना पड़ेगा सबसे पहले कि universe कैसे बना, right? How did this formation of universe took place? Secondly, we need to check it out that once the universe was formed, how did Earth got its existence, right? So origin of Earth. Then how did the first life came into existence? Okay, so again I'm coming back to the few points. We need to understand a few things, that is the formation of our universe, the next coming as the origin of the earth, right, then the origin of life, and finally how did this life evolve. Evolve माने ज़्यादा complex forms कैसे बनना शुरू हुए. Understood? So this is how, and to these aspects we need to understand the process of evolution, right? So now let us discuss ki how did the origin of universe took place, right? How has the origin of universe taken place? Okay. Now हमने अपनी छोटी क्लासेस में पहले बहुत कुछ पढ़ा है, हाँ, conceptual कि कैसे universe बना था, how did it come into existence, right? So it is believed that our universe is some 20 billion years old. Children, this 20 billion years old, the number is important, need to remember that. Okay, now we already know that universe comprises of so many things in the terms. There are many galaxies present in the universe, one of which is our Milky Way, correct? So there are many of the galaxies, and these galaxies, they comprise of many planets and stars and all that, right? So the origin of universe was explained by Big Bang theory. Boom, right? बड़ा वाला एक explosion, thermonuclear explosion हुआ था. So that Big Bang theory, which was proposed by Abel Amateur in 1931. Yeah, and what he explained in this theory, according to this theory, there was a thermonuclear explosion. जिसको हम boom बोल रहे हैं ना, right? So there was a thermonuclear explosion of unimaginable magnitude, and which created a mass, you can say, of a cloudy mass of cosmic dust, right? And because it had a majorly gases of hydrogen and helium, out of which some of the gases which were there, they condensed due to gravity, right? And which resulted in the formation of galaxies, right? So again, there was a boom, and that boom is, yes, the thermonuclear explosion, which was of unimaginable magnitude, right? So because of that, there were mainly the two gases, hydrogen and helium were there, and they condensed. As these things condensed, it rose and gave rise to the galaxies. Our solar system, which is there, right, was created from the gaseous cloud called solar nebula, right? So it was created from solar nebula. Hope children, this much portion is completely clear to you, right? So let us take a look at the picture. Yeah. So this is that thermonuclear explosion from which you can say many different galaxies were formed, and these galaxies, they contain so many planets and stars and all. The gases condensed and these galaxies formed, right? So this is how the Big Bang theory has occurred, which we have learnt into in detail in our previous classes, right? Okay. So next, यूनिवर्स बना दिया, बन गया यूनिवर्स, ठीक है. अब बारी आती है हमारे अर्थ की, राइट? सो लेट अस नाउ अंडरस्टैंड दैट हाउ अर्थ मस्ट हैव ओरिजिनेटेड. ओके, सो origin of earth. Now it is estimated that earth was formed some 4.5 billion years ago. बच्चे ये नंबर प्लीज 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 सबको याद रखना है. हमने बोला यूनिवर्स 20 बिलियन ईयर्स अगो. यहाँ पे कई बार हमें अप्रॉक्स वैल्यूज भी मिलती है. सो हियर इट इज मेंशन्ड 15 बिलियन ईयर्स. ओके, देन केम अर्थ. ठीक है, तो यहाँ से यहाँ देखो, अर्थ इज 4.5 बिलियन ईयर्स अगो. तो इन बिटवीन इतने टाइम में क्या हुआ, राइट? At that, in between 10 billion years ago, stars and planets, जैसे हमने बोला ना कि जो हाइड्रोजन हीलियम वाले ज्यादातर गैसेस थे, वो गैसेस कंडेंस हुई, इसलिए ज्यादा गैलेक्सीज बनी. And so all that process was taking place, and our sun is believed to be what? 5 billion years old. ठीक है? So और उसके just you can say 4.5 billion years ago, 500 साल, 500 billion, you can say. The earth is estimated to be formed, right? So when this early earth was formed, yeah, you can see that because it is in a molten state, there was no atmosphere, right? There was no atmosphere, and the temperature, looking at this figure, we can imagine what could be the temperature at that time, right? So at that time, the temperature was very, very high, and hence there was no atmosphere present. Okay, so remember that the surface of the earth, right, was in a molten state that time, right, and which had to begin to cool down. As it started to cool down, right, slowly, steadily, it started emitted gases. What kind of gases? Carbon dioxide, water vapor, methane, ammonia, right? Remember this. This line is important, that in the very beginning portion, what kind of gases were there? So there were carbon dioxide, water vapor, methane and ammonia, right? This is important. Clear? Then what happened? Now we know that sun emits various types of different rays. So the UV rays from the sun which were there, right? They had split this water vapor. So this water molecule was split into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay? So again I am repeating, UV rays. Okay? They split this water vapor into hydrogen and oxygen. Now what happened? Hydrogen being lighter, it escaped, right? And oxygen which was present, that oxygen combined with methane and ammonia to form carbon dioxide, water and nitrogen gas, right? So this is clear? So we have to remember here that oxygen combined with methane and ammonia to form what? Carbon dioxide, water and nitrogen gas. This is how these gases were now there present. Alright? So what happened next? Due to this, it resulted in the formation of the Earth's atmosphere. Yeah? And the early atmosphere had what things? It had carbon dioxide, it had nitrogen, it had hydrogen, water vapor, hydrogen sulfide, right, ammonia and methane. Okay? Now, but still, one thing you can observe from this all, that there was no molecular oxygen. Very, very, very important. And hence, the atmosphere of the Earth was of reducing type. Right? So that is, we need to keep in mind that portion as well. Earth's atmosphere was reducing. Clear? Initially, yeah, it was of the reducing type. Yeah. Now, as धीरे 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 सब कूल डाउन होना शुरू हुआ, कंडेंस होना शुरू हुआ, तो जो मोल्टन अर्थ था धीरे धीरे वो कंडेंस हुआ, तो जो हेवी मेटल्स थे वो कोर पे चले गए. तो अभी भी हम जानते हैं दैट द सेंटर ऑफ द अर्थ इज फिल्ड विथ लावा, है ना. तो जो हेवी मेटल्स थे लाइक आयरन एंड निकल एंड ऑल, दे गॉट फिल्ड इनटू द कोर ऑफ द अर्थ, right? And slowly the atmosphere surrounding started to cool, and which resulted in the formation of torrential rains, right? Torrential rains. So here in this last portion you can see that the first oceans came into existence 3.8 billion years ago. So this is how our earth originated, and which the early atmosphere was formed. So बच्चे, अब तक हमने क्या क्या बना लिया? यूनिवर्स बना ली, अर्थ बना लिया, है ना. अब बारी आती है लाइफ की. ठीक है, अब बारी आती है लाइफ की. सो नाउ नेक्स्ट व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न इज द ओरिजिन ऑफ लाइफ, जिसको बोलते हैं बायोपोइसिस. ओके, हाँ, क्लियर एवरीवन? So origin of life, biopoiesis. Life appeared 4 billion years ago. So 500 million years after the Earth's formation. ये चीज याद रखना है. So remember that. 4 billion years ago. Then so now it will be 4 billion years ago. So if you consider that the Earth was 4.5 billion years ago, life 4 billion years ago. So in between this much time was required, जहाँ की Earth जो है वो life form को थोड़ा support कर सके. Now there are many theories which have been proposed to explain the process of origin of life, कि पहला life कैसे आया होगा, right? And so there are some of the theories which we are going to study, और उसमें से I am mentioning them. That is theory of special creation, then theory of spontaneous creation, या जिसको बोल सकते हैं abiogenesis, right? So yeah, so theory of स्पेशल क्रिएशन. इस स्पेशल क्रिएशन में जब हम डिटेल में सारी थियोरीज के बारे में बात करेंगे, विल कम टू ईच एंड एवरी थियोरी. सो एज आई सेड, स्पेशल क्रिएशन, देन एबायोजेनेसिस, ओके, या उसको ऑटोबायोजेनेसिस भी कहते हैं, और इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड स्पॉन्टेनियस क्रिएशन. या देन कम्स बायोजेनेसिस. ओके, द अदर वन इज द cosmozoic theory or extra terrestrial theory or panspermiatic theory, right? And finally there is a theory which is the modern theory of evolution, or which is also called the chemosynthetic theory or chemogenesis, right? So these theories, all these theories we are going to discuss in detail, right? So let us move on to the first theory. We are going to discuss the theory of special creation, right? Okay. As we said, special creation. अब special creation माने जादू से आ गया या कुछ हो गया, ऐसी बात कर रहे हैं. But here we are talking about जो हमारे हिंदू माइथोलॉजी में चलता है, या जो बाइबल में कहा गया है कि लाइफ कैसे क्रिएट करी होगी, भगवान ने करी है. So that supernatural power we are talking about is God. Right? Of course, जीना मरना उसी के हाथ है ना? Okay. So the theory states that life was created by the supernatural power, that is God. But there is no scientific evidence or any support or favor against it. Right? So according to this theory, हम जानते हैं हमारी हिंदू माइथोलॉजी में हम तीनों देव के बारे में जैसे बात करते हैं, तीन भगवान हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, बोलते हैं ब्रह्मा, विष्णु एंड महेश, राइट? सो आउट ऑफ विच ब्रह्मा जी का काम क्या था? यूनिवर्स क्रिएट करना, ठीक है, लाइफ फॉर्म को क्रिएट करना. उसके बाद जो विष्णु जी हैं वो सृष्टि के पालनहार है, वो पूरा वर्ल्ड सृष्टि को चलाते हैं, यूनिवर्स को चलाते हैं, राइट? एंड लॉर्ड शिवा is responsible for maintaining that balance of life and death. This is what we have learned. So ऐसा माना जाता है कि ब्रह्मा जी ने पहला इंसान, मतलब फर्स्ट मैन एंड फर्स्ट वुमन was made by Lord Brahma, and the first man he created, he named him Manu, and the first woman who was created was called Shraddha or Satrupa, right? So that is according to the Hindu mythology, right? That Brahma created the universe. ऐसा ही एक चीज बाइबल में भी देखने मिलता है, एक पोर्शन जहाँ पे बोला जाता है that the first, according to Bible, the first man who came into existence was Adam. वो एडम्स एप्पल वाली बात करते हैं ना, वही वाला एडम. हाँ, और उसी के उसमें था कि उसने वो एप्पल मना करा था खाने के लिए, खा लिया, इसलिए वो एप्पल यहाँ गले में अटका है, इसलिए हम लड़कों को जो यहाँ पे लेरिंग्स वाला पोर्शन होता है हम बोलते हैं एडम्स एप्पल, है ना? इसी वजह से ये सारा उसी से लिंक्ड है. बट ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ मैथोलॉजी, राइट? हाँ, तो फर्स्ट मैन वाज एडम एंड द फर्स्ट वुमन वाज ईव, राइट? सो लेट अस कम बैक टू दैट. या, क्लियर? या, सो दिस इज हाउ दिस थियरी ऑफ स्पेशल क्रिएशन. बच्चे, अगर हम देखें हमारे हिंदू माइथोलॉजी में, तो हम विष्णु के जो 10 अवतार हैं, अगर उनकी बात करें तो उसमें थोड़ा सा इवोल्यूशन प्रोसेस कहीं ना कहीं नजर आता है. जैसे जो 10 अवतार है, जो इनकारनेशंस ऑफ लॉर्ड विष्णु, व्हाट वी से, जो उनका पहला अवतार था दैट वाज मत्स्य अवतार, अ फिश, ठीक है. देन केम कूर्म अवतार. कूर्म माने टॉर्टॉइस. The third one was a Varah avatar. Varah mane it's a sort of pig. Okay. Then was Narsi, half man and half animal, right? So I think we talked about 4 of them. After that was Vaman. Vaman mane ड्वार्फ, छोटी हाइट है, उसको वामन बोलते हैं। उसके बाद आता है, वामन के बाद जो आते हैं, दैट इज हाउ मेनी डिड आई टॉक अबाउट ना, इतने सारे मैं खुद भी भूल जाती हूँ कभी कभी, राइट। सो ओके, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट मत्स्य, देन वी टॉक अबाउट कूर्म, देन वरा, नरसिंह, वामन, yeah, then comes Parshura, right? After that Ramji, then Shri Krishna, then comes Lord Buddha, and finally the 10th is awaited, the Kalki avatar, and it is assumed कि जैसे जैसे ये कलयुग आगे बढ़ेगा तो एंड में सृष्टि का उद्धार करने के लिए भगवान विष्णु कल्कि अवतार लेंगे। अब वो तो हमने किसी ने देखा ही नहीं है, ना ही कुछ पढ़ा भी है, तो देखते हैं कब आते हैं और क्या होता है, राइट। तो there in each of these life forms, if you take a look at, from fish to that to tortoise, the complexity had increased, the body structure complexity has increased. Same way, if you talk from the human portion of the evolution, the incarnation portion, कि वहां पे भी जैसे वामन वो छोटा सा था, फिर उसमें से उन्होंने आगे चल के परशुराम एंड देन राम एंड देन श्री कृष्ण। तो जो बॉडी की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी है, दिमाग की कैपेसिटी और उसका वर्क करने की एफिशिएंसी, सारा कुछ धीरे 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 इंक्रीज होता हुआ दिख रहा था, करेक्ट। सो इट मीन्स व्हाट, दैट इवन इन अवर हिंदू मैथोलॉजी ऑल्सो ये चीज काफी हमें समझाई गई है। सेम वे व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द क्लासिफिकेशन, वेदर वी टॉक अबाउट प्लांट or we talk about animals, there also from phylum to phylum when you move ahead, you will notice that the complexity in body structure has increased. जैसे अगर एनिमल्स की बात करें, इफ यू मूव इन सीलेंट्रेट्स, तो उसमें ऐसे नर्वस सिस्टम कोई है नहीं, पर हम नर्व नेट जरूर देखते हैं, राइट। उसी से आगे थोड़ा फाइलम में जाएंगे तो अर्थवर्म, तो वहां हम देखते हैं दैट इट हैज अ nerve cord and there are these segmental nerves and nerve ganglia and all that. So basically complexity जब बॉडी की इंक्रीज हो रही है तो वो उसको अडेप्टेबिलिटी दे रहे हैं, किस चीज के लिए, सराउंडिंग, अपने सराउंडिंग के हिसाब से वो ज्यादा बेहतर तरीके से अडॉप्ट करे, ठीक है। तो यही चीज हम आगे पूरा ही डिस्कस करने वाले, बट दिस इज अ ब्रीफ आइडिया कि जो हम इवोल्यूशन की डेफिनेशन आगे पढ़े, राइट, इसका और हमारा मैथोलॉजी का क्या कनेक्शन है, वन थिंग। सेकेंडली कि अभी जब हम उसको साइंटिफिक टर्म्स में देखते हैं तो इवन दिस क्लासिफिकेशन आल्सो वी सी दैट कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी इफ इंक्रीजेस इट इज प्रोवाइडिंग बेटर अडेप्टेबिलिटी टू द ऑर्गेनिज्म फॉर इट्स सर्वाइवल इन इट्स सराउंडिंग, राइट। So this is how the connection I wanted you to understand. So theory of special creation we are done with. Hope you people have followed. Moving on to the next one, right? The next theory is about spontaneous creation, or it is called abiogenesis or autobiogenesis, right? Okay. The theory of spontaneous creation. Now, ये theory जो है, it states कि जो लाइफ है वो नॉन लिविंग फॉर्म्स में से आई है, राइट। सी इन these are all ancient theories which are there, कि तब इतना रिसर्च वर्क और ये सब नहीं हो रहा था, so people just proposed, right, and hence these theories were rejected naturally, right. So okay, so this theory was proposed by von Helmont, right, and it states that life originated from non-living, decaying and rotting matter, right. तो ये चीज हमें याद रखना है, it was given by von Helmont. Even Aristotle was there who proposed that worms, fish, insects and mice, they developed from filth, yeah, and tapeworms were formed from the excreta of animals, yeah. So this was there. Then one more view was given that the river of ये नाइल, उसकी जो मड होती है, सो मड ऑफ रिवर नाइल, दैट गिव राइज टू ऑर्गेनिजम्स। अब क्यों होता है, कैसे होता है, इसका कुछ एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं था, राइट। तो इसीलिए ये थियोरी जो है इट हैज नॉट बीन अप्रूव्ड, राइट। देन अनदर थिंग व्हाट von Helmont told, yeah, he proposed that both the sexes of mice will develop when human sweat and wheat are kept together for 21 days. No scientific base of it, right? But yes, it was proposed. And he also proposed the formation of insects from dew, frogs and toads from mud, butterflies from cheese, and maggots from decaying meat. पर ये सारा चीज जो है वो इसका कोई साइंटिफिक बेस नहीं था, कोई प्रॉपर रिसर्च नहीं था, ठीक है, क्लियर? सो दिस वाज द थियोरी ऑफ स्पॉन्टेनियस क्रिएशन, राइट? और यू कैन से एबायोजेनेसिस, नॉन लिविंग में से लाइफ, नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स में से लाइफ क्रिएट होता है। अब हम आते हैं हमारे तीसरे थियोरी पे, दैट इज कॉल्ड बायोजेनेसिस, omne vivium, ex vivo. This states that life originated from pre-existing living forms. ये तो सही है, हम भी जानते हैं, हमने सेल बायोलॉजी पढ़ा है, सेल थियरी पढ़े, सेल्स अराइज फ्रॉम प्री एग्जिस्टिंग सेल्स। पर तब तक ये कुछ नहीं था, उन्होंने जो प्रपोज किया था वो कुछ अलग एक्सपेरिमेंट्स के आधार पे किया था, एंड आउट ऑफ दैट वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड the experiment of Francisco Redi, right? So Francisco Redi's experiment, उसमें उन्होंने किया क्या था? He took 3 jars. In those 3 jars, he placed a piece of cooked meat. Cooked meat इसलिए ताकि उसमें कोई contamination नहीं हो, कोई microorganism कुछ भी नहीं हो. And then he placed them into 3 different jars. One jar was kept open, the other one was covered with gauze, and the third one was covered with a parchment paper. ये figure में clear हो रहा है? So what happened? He had placed those 3 pieces of cooked meat into it, right? And allowed. After some time, what happened? He could see that in the jar covered with this parchment paper, there were no flies and maggots. क्योंकि कुछ अंदर हवा आ जा नहीं सकती थी, मतलब हवा in the sense कि microorganisms वाली हवा, ठीक है? देन गॉज में जो कर रखा था तो फ्लाइज, ऑफ कोर्स मीट का टुकड़ा देख के फ्लाइज आई, पर यहाँ पे वो अंदर नहीं जा सकती थी, ठीक है? इन केस ऑफ दिस दे केम ओवर द कवर, गॉज पे आई पर अंदर नहीं जा पाई। whereas the jar which was open, the fly could enter inside, house flies could enter inside, they laid their eggs over there which hatched out into larvae, right? So why this happened? Because कि वो अंदर जा पाई, उन्होंने एग ले किया, लार्वी बनी, and life came into existence. तो इससे he wanted to prove that life came into existence from a pre-existing form, right? New life is formed from a pre-existing form, right? So he explained that the houseflies were able to enter the open jar, they laid the eggs, right? And on the meat, those eggs were laid and larvae hatched out, and this means that life arises from pre-existing forms. So this was Francisco Redi's experiment. Next was the Spallanzani, Lazzaro Spallanzani's experiment. What he did, he poured hay infusion into 8 bottles. Okay, and boiled all of them. Out of which those 4 bottles उन्होंने 2 ग्रुप में डिवाइड कर दिया। 4 बॉटल को टाइटली कॉर्क किया, एकदम जैसे हवा अंदर बिल्कुल जा नहीं सकती, एंड दूसरे 4 बॉटल को लूजली कॉर्क किया, माने थोड़ी सी जगह थी कि जहां से हवा थोड़ा अंदर जा सकती थी, करेक्ट? एंड आफ्टर अ फ्यू डेज ही अलाउड इट टू स्टे देयर फॉर अ फ्यू डेज, एंड आफ्टर अ फ्यू डेज व्हेन ही ऑब्जर्व, व्हाट डिड ही गेट टू सी? He saw thick growth of microbes in the corked jars, right? And what he made the conclusion? As the jars were loosely corked, जो उन्होंने वो microbes का growth देखा, वो किसमें देखा था? जो loosely corked jar थे उसके अंदर, क्यों? Because the air could go in, which might have contained a few microbes, which gave rise to many more. So this was Lazzaro Spallanzani's experiment. I hope children you all are clear till here, every one of you, right? See, again I'm repeating, these experiments we are studying under the theory of biogenesis, which says life arose from pre-existing forms, right? And under that now, our third experiment that we are going to study is known as Louis Pasteur's experiment, and that experiment, right, is also known as swan neck एक्सपेरिमेंट, ठीक है। What he did, ठीक है, मैं पहले आप समझ लो, then we'll be putting up a picture of it. What he did, he took a glass flask with a very long neck, right, and in that he heated the neck to get it a bent shape, कि जो ऐसे S shape में हो गया था, ठीक है। So by heating the long neck, right, it was bent and given an S shape, right. उस एच शेप की वजह से उसको स्वान नेक फ्लास्क एक्सपेरिमेंट बोलते हैं, राइट। सो व्हाट ही डिड, ही हैड फिल्ड दिस फ्लास्क विद शुगर, अ मिक्सचर ऑफ शुगर एंड ईस्ट, ठीक है, एंड देन उसको हीट किया, पर हमने वो तो बेंड कर दिया था, तो क्या होना था, दैट नथिंग कुड गो इनसाइड। सी, लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस बेटर विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस पिक्चर, राइट। This portion is the mixture of sugar and yeast, and this shows that bent tube. इसलिए इसको swan neck बोला जाता है, ठीक है। So what happened? Even after heating also, heating करने से सारे कुछ भी contamination अगर अंदर है, if microorganisms are there, they would have it boiled and got killed, correct? And still, because it was kept bent only, because of the curve of the flask, what was happening? The outside end air was not allowed to enter, so naturally no contamination was taking place. उसके बाद what he did, अगर इसी को तोड़ दिया, वो neck वाला portion that was removed, and then when the neck was broken up, क्या हुआ, bacteria was able to reach this sterile broth, right, and organism growth was there, right. So but this theory was rejected, right. Why? Because it was not able to explain how did the first life form came into existence, which means what, हम आज भी कई बार ये टॉपिक पे डिस्कशन अगर करना चाहें तो सोचते रहते हैं कि पहले मुर्गी आई थी या पहले अंडा आया था, है ना, बट टिल देन एवरीवन स्टिल इज अ क्वेश्चन मार्क, राइट। तो मुर्गी या अंडा, ये कंफ्यूजन है, तो ये थियरी यही कंफ्यूजन को क्लियर नहीं कर पा रही थी, राइट, एज हाउ दिस फर्स्ट फॉर्म मस्ट हैव कम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस, राइट। हवा में वो जो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स थे वो कहाँ से आए, उसके बाद हमें पता है कि वो इसके अंदर गए और इसमें ग्रोथ दिखा और न्यू ऑर्गेनिजम्स वर फाउंड, तो पहला कैसे, राइट। सो दिस थियरी वाज रिजेक्टेड, राइट। सो वी आर डन विथ द थ्री थियरीज, राइट। First was theory of special creation, second we did abiogenesis, third was biogenesis, and now we are going to move to the fourth theory, which is called cosmozoic theory or extraterrestrial or panspermiatic theory. This theory is something out of the world. हम मानते हैं इस theory के अनुसार ऐसा होता है कि जो life है, ठीक है, वो बाहर के प्लैनेट से कहीं से आई है, राइट। इट मेंशंस अबाउट दैट लाइफ हैज कम फ्रॉम सम एक्स्ट्राटेरेस्ट्रियल पार्ट, फ्रॉम अदर पार्ट ऑफ द प्लैनेट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सीड्स और स्पोर्स, और ये सीड्स और स्पोर्स है उनको बोला जाता है कॉस्मोजोआ, राइट, कॉस्मोजोआ, हाँ, कॉल्ड पैंस्पर्मिया, राइट। इसी वजह से और इसको पैंस्पर्मियाटिक थियरी कहते हैं। एंड इट इज बिलीव्ड कि इन स्पोर्स के अंदर ह्यूमन जैसा स्ट्रक्चर कुछ आया होगा, या सीड्स या ऐसे कुछ स्ट्रक्चर आया होगा, which must have fallen on the earth and first life came into existence, right? So we are done with four theories of origin of life, right? And the fifth one, which is the modern or the chemosynthetic theory, or which we call as the modern theory of life, that we are going to discuss in the next lecture. Thank you, children. Jai Bharat.